Peace, peace. Indra Ali coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to answer another question that I received from one of my email subscribers at indraemail.com. Question or quote, "Hey, I'm new on my spiritual journey and my biggest issue is discipline and consistency. I'm very impulsive at times and I have a lot of distractions at home. What were some of your biggest obstacles when you first started? How did you master your abilities through those obstacles?" There's another question as well, but I'm going to answer this one first. So basically, what you're talking about is discipline and consistency. Now, my obstacles, it doesn't matter what my obstacles were. You're telling me your obstacle is discipline and consistency, so I'm gonna start there. And also, a lot of people deal with this, man. But I'm gonna put it like this: what is something you do on a consistent basis? Just take a second and think about what is something you do on a consistent basis. I'm gonna use scrolling YouTube. Let's just say that. Say that you scroll YouTube every day. Why do you scroll YouTube every day? Why? Why do you scroll YouTube every day? Are you bored? Is it entertaining? Are you being informed? What is it? More than likely, it's a form of entertainment. So right there, you get on YouTube every day because you want to be entertained. So right now, entertainment is a priority for you. That's a high priority. If you wash your butt every day, if you take a shower every day, then your priority is not to stink. If you go to work every day, then your priority is not to be broke, or at least, I mean, you can't say that nowadays, but at least be able to afford gas, food, etc., etc. So you have to evaluate what is your priority. If you're not doing any spiritual work, if you're not meditating, doing altar work, doing the things that you know you should be doing spiritually, it's because it's not a priority. Simple. So what do? You make spiritual growth a priority. And how do you do that? You implement a strong reason why you want to be spiritually evolved or spiritually mature. So why do you want to be spiritually evolved? Why do you want to grow spiritually? Why do you want to be consistent? Why do you want to be disciplined? Is it because you don't want to come back to earth? Is it because you want to reach enlightenment? Is it because that you've seen other people reach a certain state of spiritual growth? Why do you want to be spiritually evolved? If you don't know that, then it's going to be very difficult to meditate every day. It's going to be very difficult to give that altar offering. It's going to be very difficult to do anything if you don't have a strong reason why. So my suggestion for this, in order to create discipline and consistency, have a very strong reason why you want to grow spiritually. And as far as being consistent, start out by doing incremental start out by doing things slowly, by doing them in bite-sized increments. So instead of thinking like, okay, I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes a day, you ain't going to start out like that. Let's keep it all the way funky. But if I say meditate for 2 minutes a day, guess what? You know, I'm like, man, I can knock that out real quick. And then guess what? After a week, you can go to 3 minutes a day. Then after a month, you can go to 5 minutes a day. But if you start small and work your way up, you're going to be more consistent. So have a strong reason why you want to grow spiritually and focus on being incrementally consistent, meaning that you're doing 5 minutes, 2 minutes, you're doing a little bit each day and working your way up. Okay, the second part of this person's question, another question I have is, I apologize if I'm asking too many, LOL. Did you ever feel you had to hide or be secretive about your spiritual activities? My relatives thinks what I'm doing is evil or voodoo, so now I hide everything. Did you experience issues like this, and how did you get through them? This is actually a pretty good question, but it's a very simple question. If you know for sure what you're doing is not evil, if you know for sure what you're doing is beneficial for you, and you know it's beneficial for you because you're benefiting from it. If you're practicing meditation and you're seeing how your consciousness is evolving, then is that evil? If you believe in working with the altar and you are connected with your ancestor via that altar, and you've had beautiful experience from doing so, is that considered evil? So this is a issue of education. educating yourself. Before you have your own experience, only thing you can rely on is the experience of other people. So I had people I looked up to that talked about the altar. So when I first started doing altar work, and I had a very significant experience, which I'll share on my on one of my stories. I had a very significant experience working with the altar. From then on, I knew that the altar was very safe for me. So when I believe that we had in-laws come over one day, and my father-in-law was like, "Hey, you got some food left out?" Because he seen my altar, and he's like, "You got some food left out?" I said it with my chest, like, "That's my altar. It's fine." He's coming into my house. So who? Why am I going to let someone come into my house and dictate how I should live? I don't care if it's my mom, stepmom. I don't care who it is. It's my crib. How are you going to tell me how I should live? So that's the kind of bravado and kind of energy I have. But that's based on my education. I was fully informed about the altar, and I have my own experience. So what I recommend for you is have your own know system. Know that this is something that works for you. And once you get totally convicted by what you're practicing, then it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. In fact, you're probably going to look forward for conflict because you'll have an opportunity to educate the ignorant that's questioning what you're doing.